What up, what up? More skate hacks for you guys today. Today we're taking it to the quarter pipes. Again, we're going to do 5-0 fakies or pivot grind fakies, whatever you want to call them. I feel like this trick pretty much is your graduation diploma from basic quarter pipe tricks 101. It's an easy grind trick on a quarter pipe, and it really helps you out at skate parks, especially because if you want to go up a quarter pipe and come back down fakie to set up for a fakie or a switch trick. It really helps. It's a nice transition trick to do, especially if you want to set up fakie afterwards or switch afterwards. It's a nice trick to do on quarter pipes, and I feel like it really helps you out. So if you're coming up to a quarter pipe and you don't have that many quarter pipe tricks and you're trying to go fakie, I mean, all you can really do is rock to fakie. I used to be in that situation where I was just doing a lot of rock to fakies because I didn't know what else to do on quarter pipes, but this is a very fun trick. And so I feel like it's a great tool that you can use while cruising around a skate park to do other tricks. So as a trick itself, I mean, it may not be the coolest trick ever or whatever, but it's a really fun transition trick that I like to do all the time. So I feel like it helps you link tricks together, especially if you want to do a run at a skate park. So before you do this trick, it's important to know how to do 5-0 grinds, obviously, because before you learn how to do this 5-0 fakie, it's best to know how to balance a 5-0 on a quarter pipe. So you got to have back 5-0s on quarter pipes before you get used to going in fakie. Other than that, it would help to know how to do pivot fakies without grinding, but you don't necessarily have to know how to do that, but it helps to learn the standstill version before you do a grind and then try to go in fakie. So with this trick, you want to set up with a pretty wide stance like you normally would for a 5-0 on a quarter pipe, and you're going to come up the quarter pipe, but your torso, your chest is going to be facing in the direction that you're grinding. So you're slowly going to start facing your torso back into fakie. That's why you want your torso facing completely towards the front. As you can see here, I have my torso facing forward and I'm ready to start leaning back in fakie. Now this is the hardest part of the trick because most people don't trust themselves on a skateboard. So the closer that you can get your tail to touching the transition, the higher up your board's going to be and the less likely you're going to be to hang up when you go back in. So all this is really is just like a trust fall, guys. It's pretty much just trusting yourself enough to know that you're not going to hang up when you go back in. So what you want to do is you want to get that 5-0 going, have the torso facing the front and already kind of twisting to go back in fakie, and you want to put in a lot of pressure on that back foot to where the front end of your board is going up so high that you're going to be completely missing the coping. You're not going to, there's not a risk of you hanging up on the coping. So it looks here like I could be getting pretty close to the edge of the coping here, but as I go in, it's all good. You'll realize this the more and more you do this trick, the more and more you try it, because it's not as bad as it seems. It seems scary at first if you don't trust yourself, you're not comfortable with going in fakie on a quarter pipe. So that's why it's good to know how to do this trick stationary before you do it in a grind. But I think it's an awesome trick to do on mini ramps or just in any quarter pipe in general. It's a great trick to have to link together different lines and stuff. So like I said, you want to come up the quarter pipe, have your torso facing forward, so that way you can already be ready to lean back in fakie. Put a lot of pressure on that back foot so that the front end of the board stays way up and you avoid hanging up. And you just want to push it back in fakie. You want to just smoothly ride away. And that's pretty much the basis for this trick. So on the grind, you want to make sure that the end of your truck that's on the heel end versus the toe end, you want to make sure that that's the side you're grinding on. You don't want to grind right below your toes. You want to grind towards your heel, if that makes any sense. So the back end of your truck is the side that you want to be grinding on, as you can see here. This makes it easy to go in. If I was grinding on the other side of the truck, it would make it more difficult to go in because I would be way on top of the deck, if that makes any sense. So again, overall with this trick, you just want to be going up like a normal 5-0, except as soon as you get into that 5-0, your torso is already going to be facing the front as if you're ready to go back in already. You're going to put in a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on that back foot so that your trucks completely clear the coping and so that there's no risk of you hanging up. And from that point on, you just got to trust yourself. You're just going to roll back into the coping. It's not a big deal. It's best to try this trick stationary first, but I'm covering the grind because I just think the grind is a cool trick to do. So again, the basic tips of this trick are to just go up, have your torso ready to go back in fakie, and just put all that pressure, and just pretty much like a trust fall, like I said, just trust yourself, make sure that you're not going to hang up, and just ride away clean. So I really enjoy doing this trick on quarter pipes. I think it's a great trick that links other tricks together in lines. Just a good trick to have on mini ramps, just to add to your list of tricks. So those are my tips for 5-0 fakies on quarter pipes. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below any other trick tips, suggestions you may have in the future for the Skate Hack series. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.